It appears that Kevin Hunter feels so humiliated after his defeat in court that she decided to take his feud with Wendy Williams to a new level. Word is on the street that he wants to ruin her chance for happiness by wearing her down with new lawsuits and public embarrassment. Well, his obsession with Wendy seemed to reach its climax, and apparently Kevin's pride doesn't let him calm down because he's plotting how to make another blow. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Celeb Live channel. I keep my eyes on the most discussed events in show business and always bring you the hottest updates. So, the sad tale of Kevin Hunter seems to have taken another turn, and he finally shows his true nature. Sources claim that he is so ashamed of his public humiliation that decided to take revenge on Wendy because, as he believes, his miserable life is her doing. Wow, this mess is getting hilarious, and if you don't want to miss a single moment of it, make sure to stay with me until the end. Apparently, since Kevin Hunter lost his alimony case a few weeks ago, he cannot sleep peacefully because he finally realized that he had been played big time by his ex-wife, Wendy Williams. And although it wasn't Wendy's decision to stop sending him checks, somehow Kevin blames her for making him poor. That's why he is adamant to take their feud to the next level and swore to ruin Wendy's life and extort the money that he thinks he deserves. Well, Kevin certainly thought that his life was great with alimony and even boasted about it on his Instagram while Wendy was sick and in rehab. It appears that since they agreed to alimony payments, he suddenly stopped caring about her well-being at all, because while his ex-wife was literally battling for her life, Kevin was vacating with his mistress Sharina and babying his newborn daughter. And now, when Wendy is back on her feet and moved on, his life falls apart. I suppose that Kevin is jealous that the tables turned so fast, and while Wendy is working on new projects, he is left with scrapping coins to pay his bills. And as Wendy herself stated, there is no more place for Kevin Sr. in her life. The former TV host stated in one interview, I've been dealing with issues with addiction, alcoholism, and I have a whole new life that I planned for myself and my son. Apparently, Kevin cannot simply accept the fact that his role in Wendy's life is not as big as he tries to imagine. And the tables turned so quickly after Wendy was back on her feet, he is convinced that making him poor and miserable was her idea since the beginning. And that's why he decided to stop pretending to be a loving and caring ex-husband and get squeezed out anything he can from her. Well, considering that it was he who wreaked havoc in the marriage and aggravated Wendy's addictions, such a statement sounds at least audacious. Throughout the entire 20 years of their marriage, Kevin actually did his best to completely ruin Wendy's health and well-being. Rumor has it that it was Kevin's affair with Sharina that led to her starting drinking without moderation because she was simply trying to dull the pain of his treachery. I mean, Wendy is certainly a strong woman, but how can you expect someone to endure the fact that your husband's lover lives just a few miles away from your family house? And most importantly, when you know that this house was bought for her with your money? But even the strongest of us can break at some point, and for Wendy, this was the side baby that Kevin decided to make with his mistress. This was hard to swallow, and Wendy's problems worsened after she had heard about it. As one source close to the ex-couple stated, the news about Kevin having a side baby sent Wendy over the edge and she relapsed. So, if Kevin traces his problems up to the very start, he may notice that he is the one to blame for his current hardships, not Wendy. Many people agree with me that Kevin was the initial source of his own financial misfortunes, and it's not just karma, it's his own actions and how he had treated Wendy. One person commented, he tried to destroy her with liquor and drugs, but she's still standing and he's so upset with that. And another person wrote, let's never forget he kicked her when she was literally down. Kelvin is a user, an abuser. Karma found his address. Apparently, Kevin failed to be a caring husband while Wendy was battling the myriad of her issues because he was too busy sleeping with Sharina and showering her with luxury. And now he dares to play the victim in this story and even open his mouth and say something about revenge. It's Wendy who deserves her right to be plotting revenge against him, because even after the divorce, he couldn't leave her in peace and constantly messed with her life with embarrassing statements and actions. Like, you remember that story when he dared to credit his mistress, Sharina, for the Wendy show's success. He intentionally recorded that video trying to embarrass his ex-wife and knowing that she was not gonna like it. In this video statement where he was mentioning that it takes the whole team to make a show as big as the Wendy show, he claimed, and I mean my whole team, that includes my current lady now because it takes a village. I don't know why this man keeps biting the hand that had been feeding him for more than 2 decades. Because it's clear that he was living in Wendy's shadow all this time, squandering her hard-earned riches and even daring to accept alimony checks after the divorce. I mean, everyone knew that Kevin and Sharina had been leeching off Wendy, so how dares he claim now that Wendy played him and ruined his life, and even swearing to ruin her in return? Yeah, we all heard him saying that he was unable to sustain his life and pay his bills, but hey, this was actually his fault, not Wendy's, and I doubt anyone cares about the challenges he faces, and the person least concerned about his financial woes is Wendy Williams herself. Because she has a lot on her plate without his revengeful deeds. Her ongoing battle with Wells Fargo is not over yet, and her son was evicted from his apartment. But for Kevin, these problems don't exist because everything he can think of is causing more pain and wreckage to the person who loved and sponsored him. He cares only about the millions Wendy has in her bank and doesn't mind ruining her life even more because this is his true nature, a vindictive and miserable man. Fans are truly concerned about Kevin's behavior because it's unclear what malicious card he will play next time. One thing's for sure, and many people agree with me, that Kevin cannot move on and admit that he is no one without Wendy, and that's why he tries to bring her down. One of my subscribers wrote, "He acts like he wants her to be broke, busted, and bottomless, just like him. Wendy, don't trust him under no certain terms. Please be very careful because right now he is desperate and scary." And another fan commented, "Go away, Kevin, and stop begging. Take responsibility. Stay with your new lady and figure out your finances." Yeah, we all wish Kevin to open a dictionary and find the definition of responsibility because he needs to stop playing the victim and an offended ex and blaming Wendy for his current hardships. He chose this life with his pancake queen, and Wendy has nothing to do with it anymore. And what do you reckon? Is there any chance that Kevin may swallow his pride and stop hurting Wendy? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'm eager to know what you're thinking. And as always, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll be back very soon with more updates on this story.